Happy Tuesday. So change is in the air. Change. Sure, astrologically, we're about to approach the equinox, where we have equal day and equal night. And I talk about strengthening our fulcrum so that we can balance all things around us so that we're in equinox harmony year round. And that's really the key for keeping your vibration steady and learning how to control that dial and lock it in. But why is change something that is difficult for people? Some absolutely refuse. I went into a medical practice recently where the MD literally practiced the exact same way for 42 years. Still had the original carpet, the original rotary phone, the microscope to look at specimens, 4x4 index cards for files. Yes, absolutely 1960 original office functioning. Even though he probably opened in the 70s or early 80s, he's stuck with probably someone he knew and didn't want to reinvent the wheel. But what does that tell me? That tells me after he graduated medical school, he never went on to continuing education. Without continuing education, you're not getting advanced technology. You're staying in Primitiveville. You're not evolving and being involved with the evolution of change. And in some things, change is extremely important in order to go through multi-level metamorphosis. So many equate us with the butterfly. Well, sweethearts, we're doing more than one cocooning, more than one metamorphosis. This happens with our chronological age, or decades of change, how the body actually evolves and changes and regenerates, and the speed of all of that. So when we resist change, we're literally telling our body, our mind, our environment that we're stuck, we're rigid. And we all know the importance of flexibility in our bodies, in our minds, in our emotions, in our energetics. The importance of that. And how it's done sort of on a semi-incline in life, so it's not so abrupt. So the body's natural shock absorbers can get used to the intermittent changes that go on. You know, and God bless the advanced technology, because we try it for a while, then we realize, you know what, this needs tweaked, or this was amazing, or maybe this wasn't so great. And some people may call them fads. So there's different levels for different things of different types of change. So I recently asked myself a couple questions, and I actually reached out to a friend, and the response was, I'm going to give you a little of your own meds, Sandy. Patience. And my response was, damn it, if they sold patience, somebody would be out of stock, because I would have bought it all. And if there was advanced cells, I would have bought that too. Because I would have stocked up on patients. I would have become a professional hoarder. That's right. I would have become a hoarder of patients. And very selectively would I have sold any of that stock. Which then takes me to, the progression of my physical body and its incline of changes and evolution of its stages of its decades here on Earth. And I realized that I have extremely strong structure, although it has had some injuries. My foundation and my structure is very, very strong. So the frame is strong, the mattress is a little soft, which tells you there's some wear and tear called life, right? You have a lifetime warranty because you're in this body from the time you take a breath to the time you exit the body. It's just how do you take care of the coverage within that warranty and your DNA structuring within that warranty. And so having agility and flexibility creates better balance, creating optimal harmony within thyself and within the environment around us. Be willing to walk into your house and move your furniture around. We talked about that. Be willing to go through your closets and say, this no longer works. And if it's something you think is going to come back in style, find another compartment for it. But don't let it be something you see every single day. You got to rotate that underwear drawer and that sock drawer. You got to be willing to let one sock and the other sock go when one's got a hole in it. Because sometimes wearing mixed match socks isn't cool. Doesn't fit the wardrobe. So I think you all see where I'm going with this. Change didn't happen in the wind. It didn't happen in our weather. If it didn't happen in the growth and the evolution of humanity and the governing bodies, we wouldn't be coming into these other dimensional, multi-dimensional opportunities that we actually knew were coming, and we chose to implant here. And so if we're going to implant, we need to work on our imprint and what it is that we're working with Mother Earth and Father Sky with. And so if you don't know what that is, and many don't, so they're mixed and befuddled and twixt and all chaotically jumbled up and living the life of prodding yourself with a taser gun. And if you're not doing it, you're allowing the environment to do it by all the toddling and the information you're trying to gain from someone else's stuff. So you really might not know what it is that you're to be doing, or your designer plan, which can always be tweaked and redesigned. But if you want to get to the core of some things, you've got to detach from all the interferences. Choose higher vibrational foods and water. Maybe look at, my body's super duper healthy, but it needs a shower, needs its teeth brushed, needs its hair washed, needs a change of clean clothes. It may need a detox. take a look at, maybe if I live in the city, I need to get out to the country just to sort of be more in undisturbed nature, and also away from massive electronics that play a big part in our electrical magnetic self on this electrical magnetic planet, environment, atmosphere. So as the world turns, my friends, so do you. So do you. And in order to have the world turn and you to turn with it, you're going to have to work on some change. And that is breaking away from old programming. Rewiring your system so that it is receiving and retrieving, transmitting and transmuting information, because it's all information, and you have to decide, is this right and in truth for yourself, and be willing to tweak it along the way. Because as our body regenerates cells, it has cellular turnover. And let's just talk about women and our hormones. Sometimes around that turnover time, that menstruation time, where the body is releasing what no longer serves, that's been built up, we may require more nutrients during that time. So think of information as nutrients, my friends. Nutrients. See if you can work on your frame, your structure, and all that's in between it, all the padding that is there to protect it. Padding of information, padding of physicality. See if you can look at information now in a different way. And ask, does this information truly apply to me? Is this information that is beneficial for me? It's sort of like focusing on a work day. You come in and there's piles of stuff, metaphorically and factually. And you're like, okay, what's priority? And you organize things in the manner of priority. Sometimes you can't have people knocking on the door and phones are ringing while you need to focus in on what's going to take your time, talent in those moments in order to have a successful outcome. Especially when you're living and learning and working through something that is life-threatening. And so all of this rigidity, lack of change, is life-threatening. Because we talk about getting back into the core of our divinity, and you're going to have to remove some files, some environmental clutter, some hoarding that has been going on, that has been known and unknown, consciously and unconsciously placed around you, not necessarily for protection. So things have been hiding. So we have to kind of go through an energetic scavenger hunt, and that's going to require flexibility and saying, okay, I'm going to hear that information, although it sounds absolutely freaking bizarre. But I'm going to hear it, and I'm going to have no judgment of it, and I'm just going to see, sense, and feel my way through it, because it is just information, my friends. It's just information. Information that may prove not so bizarre as as you work with your cellular turnover. All right? It's kind of the work that I do. I help empower you to find some harmony and balance, cleaning out, decluttering the entire you, so that you can find more of you in the universe and your true container. And what's in that container is that what it is that you want to carry around, and are you okay with tweaking it? Or discarding things that no longer serve you. So we've got to open up the pathways, the garbage disposals. Be willing to flush. Be willing to flush out what no longer needs to be in your space, in your place. So you kind of are learning to kind of contract and squeeze out what doesn't serve in order to begin to expand to what may serve you. All right? So, broke a nail. Great. Just great. It's just a nail. Guess what? It grows back. Why? Because I take good care of my vessel. That's why. And I'm not going to get caught up in the fact that it's cracked and broken for whatever reason. It is what it is. It can be replaced. All right? So that messages were just coming through and flowing as I was driving. Take it for however you want. If I can help you, you know where to find me. In the meantime, I do appreciate your likes, your subscribes, your shares, and I love each and every comment. So, be in harmony, my friends. Be flexible. Find your agility. Yeah. Once you start to look for that, you're going to get frustrated with how rigid you freaking are. I know. Takes daily due diligence and intention. Consciousness. Full on consciousness. To get thick in it. Get deep in this body. Feel the meat on this body. It is your conduit to every other gateway. And until you master the physical body, you will not know what gateways are available to you. All right? Much love. Own yourself. All right? Bye.